YouTube was good. It's your boy Jody Joe. Welcome to Jody's Corner. This is Jody's Corner of Jody'sCorner.com. I'm here with some breaking news. Shout out to everybody who's been part of this movement, who joined and all that and stuff. But let's get right into it. This is all about Zack Snyder and the Zack Snyder Cut. So a lot of months, even years have gone by. It's been about 3 years since Justice League released in November of 2017. And ever since that time where Zack Snyder was fired from the DCEU, and sadly, which was, I believe, probably shady practices on Warner Brothers' part, they used the death of Zack Snyder's daughter to kind of get him out of there. And that's what happened. He hasn't directed a movie since, let alone a DC film. Here we are 3 years later, and the Snyder Cut thing is still a huge thing. And I'm here with some breaking news that comes from, it already broke over there on Popcorn Planet. This is Andy Signor's plug. He has a plug who was in there with Warner Brothers, who was dealing with the people at Warner Brothers, who knows for certainty of the news that I'm about to tell you guys. So it is, of course, it's coming from a reliable, trusted source within Warner Brothers, and take this as you may. Okay, so it looks like Zack Snyder and the Snyder movement is overall hated by Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers hates Zack Snyder at this point. They don't want nothing to do with him. They don't want nothing to do with his fan base. They can't stand that Snyder is using his fans, his Zack Snyder fans, to cause a divide within Warner Brothers. And I was also told that there was a meeting. Warner Brothers even took a meeting with Snyder just to hear him out and see what he wanted. Zack Snyder, at this meeting, allegedly, but confirmed, told Warner Brothers that he wanted some odd north of $20 million in order to finish the Snyder Cut. $20 million is what he wanted from Warner Brothers to finish the Snyder Cut. Proving the Snyder Cut does not exist. We've all known that. Common sense people know that. But the Snyder fans believe it's a real thing. The Snyder Cut is not real. It's not finished. Warner Brothers pulled the plug before all of the final touches could be made. It's not going to get released without Warner Brothers' approval. And this just is more proof to that. The fact that he wanted $20 million in order to finish it and actually make it a cut proves that as well. And the leak that we have, shout out to Andy's leak, is that Warner Brothers laughed him the freak out the office. He said, get out the office. Just get out of here. We don't want nothing to do with you. And it's at the point where a lot of companies in Hollywood, a lot of other movie production studios know that there's no Zack Snyder Cut. They know there's no Zack Snyder Cut, and they know and disrespect Zack Snyder for still pretending like the Snyder Cut is a real thing. Going to Twitter, going to his whatever social media app, releasing pictures, releasing photos, saying that there's a cut, basically lying, killing his credibility. A lot of companies are upset, and they don't want to work with Zack Snyder because even people in the know in Hollywood know that there's not a cut. There is no Zack Snyder Cut. Hence why Zack Snyder's having trouble moving on, because there's a lot of companies that don't want to hire him. He said he had this, we know that there was something that he was cooking up with Netflix, but that has been put on the back burner because that was like over a year ago, and we've heard nothing really more from that since. It's not even in production. Netflix surely will give Zack Snyder some stuff to do because Netflix is handing out checks to everybody. But as far as big budget productions within Hollywood, I'm told that they are salty and sour on him because of the way he's handling this Snyder Cut. Like, why is this creator doing this to the company, dividing the fan base and making a just big mess of it? It's not a good look for a lot of companies who would have tried to hire him. So, in fact, his name in Hollywood is being tainted year after year, month after month, day after day, especially in 2020. People's patience is up with him. Warner Brothers, according to the leak as well, does not like the Snyder Cut fandom, the Snyder Cut movement, because they're very much focused on moving forward with the future of the universe, with Black Adam, Wonder Woman 84, with another Superman movie that they're going to have, with another, with Shazam 2 and Aquaman, and the Reed Trench and all that amazing stuff, New Gods and all the stuff that's coming, that they just can't stand that the fans are trying to attack other DC fans talking about the past of a person who is legitimately not a factor over at Warner Brothers. This is crazy. But it's common sense. It's gotten to the point where people are starting to make it aware for the public to know that Warner Brothers wants nothing to do with Zack Snyder, nor his Zack Snyder fan bots or the movement. So that's a huge chunk of information. Also, the news is that they're wiping away the Snyderverse from the canon as well. The Flashpoint movie is going to completely erase Man of Steel, BVS, Man of Steel, BVS, what's the other one? And Justice League. Yeah, Man of Steel, BVS, Justice League, Suicide Squad. All those are going to get wiped out with the Flashpoint. That's why they're so strong with doing the Flashpoint, which is exactly what I said. That's what I was always saying, that Flashpoint is the key to narratively fixing the universe, while Wonder Woman was the key to overall saving the universe from bankruptcy and total failure. So Jody Damas in this motherfucker, just got to say that. I know a lot of people are going to hate this video. When I say that, I mean the Zack Snyder fans who cannot embrace the future. That's the problem here. And that's exactly why I'm going to use proof. This is Jim Lee basically saying, I do not like this cut. Warner Brothers is not with this cut. Stop it with these Snyder fans. He's basically talking to the Snyder fans in this clip that shows so much. Let's go ahead and check this thing out right now.
Of the DC extended universe.
A Snyder fan's going to ask him a question.
Yes, sir.
My name's Aaron. I'm from St. Paul, Minnesota. My question is quick and simple. Should we see the Snyder Cut?
So, you know,
he's
if
drawing
I say
Wonder
the
Woman
word
right now.
Snyder Cut, that the clickbait headline is Jim Lee talks about the Snyder Cut. And then, you know, in the comments...
I'm not looking for hits. I'm just looking for an honest opinion created.
I'm not saying you would do this, sir. You look like a fine, upstanding gentleman. I'm just talking about the internet. And then the questions will be, how did he say the word Snyder Cut? Did he say it in a positive way, or did he say it in a negative way?
He is joking and trolling about the Snyder clickbait articles because he doesn't want to be a part of anything to do with the Snyder Cut. He doesn't want them to use it to try to live or have any life at all. Let's continue.
How much was it Snyder Cut hopeful or Snyder Cut downplayed? Right? I don't know. So it's a really tough question to answer. So, but I will say that the only thing I'll say about this is that I think sometimes there's a movement to sort of segregate the audience and kind of.
Sometimes there's a movement to segregate the audience. He is talking about the Snyder Cut movement. That's the only movement that DC has. It's the Snyder Cut movement. He is talking about the Snyder Cut movement to segregate DC fans. Let's continue.
Dismiss a group and say they're not the fans, right? They're the people that like this, or they only like that. And I think that's something we need to resist. Or honestly, we need every comic book fan that's out there. And whether you want the Snyder Cut or not, you're a DC fan, and I want you to be a DC fan. So
he says people who are trying to segregate the fandom and say that certain fans only like this or you only like that. That's pretty much telling the whole entire story of it, because Snyderverse is the whole entire DC universe in the beginning. There's only a couple of films that were released that are outside of the Snyderverse. That's Wonder Woman and Aquaman and Shazam. Everything leading up to that point, Justice League, BVS, Man of Steel, Suicide Squad, the actual universe in itself, is what Snyder fans constantly say, because I get it all the time. You only like that rainbow Superman. You like a lighthearted Boy Scout Superman. You only like Wonder Woman. You don't like... So Jim Lee's laying it all out.
That said, we have... we've been working on the slate. We have an amazing Batman movie.
He's talking about the future.
Suicide Squad is just killer. And Black Adam next year. These are all.
He's saying there's a movement to segregate the audience, and we're all DC fans. We need to move on. And then he goes right. I'll say this: we got Black Adam. We got he said what did he say? Black Adam. Batman's coming out. We have a new slate of the future. He starts to talk about the future of DC, letting the Snyder fans know, get on ship with the future. We're pushing to the future, not the past. Jim Lee, creative director, right here is telling you, without basically telling you, it's black and white right there, that they want no parts of this Snyder Cut or the Zack Snyder movement or Zack Snyder for that matter.
next year with Wonder Woman 84, which is, you know,
right. Wonder Woman, huge. All the applause.
Amazing. So there's a lot of great positive things happening, and that universe is continuing to move on.
The universe is continuing to move on. Great and positive things are happening. Wonder Woman 84, huge applause. It's obvious that he's talking about the future of the universe, not the Snyder Cut. He does not like it. And it's crazy that this video could actually come out and people still don't see what time it is.
I think next year will be the first time ever that we'll have 3 theatrical releases in 1 year. And Walter
First time 3 movies.
DC Films. It's a great partner. Loves DC.
Praising Walter Hamada.
Super creative. Great relationship with filmmakers. So we're very positive. And hopeful for the future of the DC.
There it is. So he says it right there, how positive and hopefully is for the future. When someone asks you a question about the past and they say, I think there's a movement that's trying to segregate, but we're all DC fans, we need to just forget that. And we need to, however, we also have Wonder Woman that's coming out, Batman, Black Adam. Walter Hamada is a great dude. I'm really excited for the future of DC. We need to focus on the future. And here it is right here in black and white, and people still don't see. And the people that I say still don't see are the ones who are Snyder fans. So I'm asking you guys, even though you're a Snyder fan, it's not, you should really open yourself up more to the future of DC, because there needs to be a truce here. Just like my man is saying, I don't care that you guys love and support Zack Snyder. That's fine. My only problem with the Snyderverse is that you are stagnating our growth. The Snyderverse and people who want the Snyder Cut, release the Snyder Cut, every person that puts that tweet out is regressing DC. You're not helping the universe go forward. You're regressing it. We can never go to those levels. How can we get to the next level if you keep pulling on the past? And that's what I'm asking you guys here today. We need to go ahead and let go of Snyder. Great, better or worse, he's awesome, he's great, fine. Put it out there, that's fine. But leave it there in the past. When we are putting out Aquaman trailers, oh, this is too light. Snyderverse was real. Bruh, are you going to move on with your life or not? If you're not, go away. The future of DC is different for the best. A lot of good movies have been coming out. There's a lot of good stuff coming out. And I'm going to be honest. You could either choose to still release the Snyder Cut and look at, honestly, at this point, and as the more that this goes on, the months and years leading up, once you see the Snyder Cut doesn't come out because it's not real, you guys are going to start looking, you guys are going to start looking like fools. I'm and even more foolish as time goes on. Freak that, bro. Come join DC and let's ride into the future together with these movies. We're at a point where Marvel, even though I'm a Marvel fan, Marvel looks weak right now. They're doing this LGBTQ MCU movement of include Captain Marvel. That shit is, they don't know what the frick is going on over there. But DC is, and they have exhausted their load. Marvel released the Thanos saga. It's over. The only thing to really compete with DC, and it still can't, is X-Men. We have not, as DC fans and a DC universe, we have not even blown our load. Zack Snyder blew most of it, but we haven't even got a real Superman film. We haven't even gave you a Batman film yet. The Wonder Woman is on her sequel. We ain't even seen Green Lantern yet. Where's the Flash's movie? Not here. Manhunter still hasn't shown up. There's so much stuff for us to release to make this epic. We could get a Trinity movie, bruh. There's so much golden goodness to come in the future that I feel like you guys are missing out by talking about Snyder. If that's what you want, stay. Go talk about him. Make a channel. Keep it in the corner. But we don't want you on this DC shit. We don't need that on this DC train. Just like Jim Lee said, we don't need that segregation. You guys need to move forward with the future or go be Marvel fans. Just watch Snyder videos over and over and over again. Watch his movies over and over again. Support that and just do your own thing and live on. I have no problem with that. Don't come to these articles, blogs, channels, trolling the creators, trolling the new movies, thumbs downing trailers for new films because it's not Snyder. That's petty and pathetic. Live over there. That's fine. We're going to move on to the future so we could deliver this killing blow to Marvel so we can make this war really pop off, bruh. Because Marvel been beating the shit out of DC for too many years. And now it's time for DC to stand up with some fire. If y'all went in on that, come and join us, bruh. That's where I'm at with it. Thank you guys so very much for watching. I invite you guys to go to Popcorn Planet where we break the news on Change My Mind. This video is airing the minute after we go live on Change My Mind today. So after you watch this video, please feel free to go back and check out the source video with me and Andy on Popcorn Planet. I'll leave the link to his video, his channel down below so you can check it out yourself. I'm Jody Joe. Thank you so very much for watching, and I'm out this thing. Deuces.